So you get out after
Mm-hmm.
doing a few years and you start to scam again.
No.
No?
No.
Oh, was it? So what did you get busted
I was
for?
actually being good.
You were being good this time.
No, I was actually being good, but this was crazy. When I got indicted, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a file cabinet that I had at my house. This is like when I got indicted. So I'm coming home and all of the stuff is coming out of storage and everything. I never even go through the file cabinet because it ain't nothing but old homeowners insurance and that type of paperwork that I don't even need to be bothered with because I don't even have that type of income or any of that to be even dealing with or none of it. So apparently when I was hustling and I had so many profiles, I had taken some and shoved it in between my paperwork that my legal paperwork. So I guess when the feds came and when they went through everything, they saw the paperwork.
Mm.
But the only reason why they saw the paperwork is because the bitch told on me.
Okay.
So
So let's talk about this. So you were roommates with Moniece Slaughter, who was on Love and Hip Hop.
Mm-hmm.
What happened with that situation?
This is going to end up being something else. I already know. Oh. This is going to be something.
And Moniece Slaughter also has a baby with Lil Fizz of B2K.
Yeah, adorable. Yeah, absolutely adorable. Can't deny that. Basically, Moniece and I were just not really a good fit. She had a lot of things going on, and we clashed in many ways. Not too much, but at that particular time, I was not really aware of like maybe I don't want to say, well, yeah, her mental stability or whatever. She was dealing with a lot, going through a lot. I get that. Like we just really, really did not. Certain things she would do, I didn't really approve of. I didn't like none of that. I don't understand how, you could sit up here and, run around, with this athlete or this major megastar and you don't have no car and you're struggling, and I said, well, I know you gotta be getting some money from this one. And I'm being respectful because I'm not getting ready to call no names. I know exactly who it is. Oh no, I don't fuck for money. I fuck for love. Bitch, is you crazy? What in the ghetto gala is going on? I don't know none of my girlfriends. I don't know bitches like that. Bitch, we are not supposed to be in this house together. This is not good. So, I had my opinion and she had hers and however it is. But at the end of the day, it was definitely a relationship formed between my probation officer and her.
Oh.
And so that's where the tip-off comes from.
So Moniece
She had the nerve to sit up there when they came up into the house and they showed pictures of my friend, Lacey, and we were both in the halfway house together, and both federal felons are not even supposed to be in contact. And this girl, my friend, used to sit up there and watch her son. And soon as they pull the pictures out, and I'm sitting right there with her. I'm sitting right there. I'm watching her. And we, like, on the couch. When the people come in. Because they said it's not no warrant for your arrest. We just have to search the premises. Usually them motherfuckers be coming to get you, right? So they want to see if what she had to say is factual. They pulled the pictures out and they showed them pictures. Oh yeah, that's Lacey. She be over all the time. Violation. Boom.
So you get sent back to prison over that.
Yes.
For how long?
2 years. Mm.
Have you ever talked to Moniece after this?
For what?
For what? I got you. Okay, what year did you go back in?
I don't even like to breathe life into that because I already know, like, if it's going to end up being some shit. So now, you know what I'm saying? Now I done revived the bitch because I already know she going to clap back. But you know what? Even after she clap back, I have nothing for her. Yes, bitch, I did used to drink like a motherfucker. And yes, because you drove me the fuck crazy. And yes, you are a fucking snitch. And every motherfucking body should know it, that you's a snitch. But I can't blame you because you's a square bitch. And most square bitches, why would you not expect them to snitch? So I'm done with it.
Okay, so then you go back in for 2 more years.
Yes. And thank you. Because if I wouldn't have went back, I wouldn't be sitting here with Vlad.
What prison were you in this time?
I went to Lumpak. And then, no, when I went back for 2 years, I ended up going downtown to MDC.
So you were in jail?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Oh, it was prison?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
Because, you know, that's the federal
Oh, okay, got it.
holding there, you know?
Got it. Okay, was this experience better than the last one?
Yeah.
Okay,
Absolutely.
so they weren't putting you in bad situations
No.
and so forth.
Mm-mm.
Got it. So you get out what year?
2000 and what? 15? I think it's 2015. I get out in 2013. I go back in 2015. So 2017. That's when I got out.
When you get out in 2017, was there like, okay, I really got to change my life around. I can't keep going back and forth and losing all these years.
I felt like that before I went. You know, for real. So I already felt like that. You know, was I a lot more intuitive and aware and guarded in regards to how I deal with people and who I allow into my space? Absolutely. You know, that's a part of the process.
Well, you talked about the hardest thing you had to deal with was the accountability.
Yeah.
Because, you know, there are real victims in this. This is not just stealing from some nameless corporation. These are, you know, you were taking, you know, money out of people's IRAs, you know, their retirement funds, and so forth. Was most of the money returned, or, you know, was it all spent and, you know, only so much restitution could happen? Because you're talking about $6 million plus. How does a regular working person come up with that?
Well, first of all, my restitution is nowhere near any of that.
How much was it?
$6 million.
How much
it was like
your...
60,000.
Really?
Because only one institution filed against me. And then let's be real clear. I wasn't just running out and just robbing motherfuckers for their money or anything like that. That's why people need to pay attention to their accounts, especially your 401ks, your 403bs, your IRAs, and all of that. You need to be able to look at it as opposed to looking at the shit every 3 months. That's how they asses got it. And then when I turn around and I took that money out, FDIC is real. They're insured. You get your money back.
Up to 50,000.
I don't know. Maybe they changed it now.
Let's look it up.
Yeah, maybe they changed it now.
250,000.
Yeah, don't play with me.
Sorry, 250,000. Okay, so you're saying that a lot of the money got returned by the FDIC.
Clearly, because that's your insurance. That's like if somebody go in your account, Vlad,
Yeah.
and yet they done snatched your shit. So you just at a L?
No,
That's where you went. No, okay. Well, look, you be one of the victims. How you feel?
Upset.
Well, okay, so and then you gonna get your shit back, right?
Right.
You inconvenienced for a minute, but you got your bread back.
So you're saying that most of the people got their money back.
All of them got their
All of
money
them
back.
got it.
That's what FDIC is for.
Right.
Don't play with it. And then he had the nerve to look it up in front of me.
No, you're right. It's 250,000.
I know.
Right. Right. But it's only certain types of accounts. Like, if you had like a stock market account, you wouldn't be able to get any of it. It's only if it's an actual bank. Okay. So most of the money got returned, but you still feel bad about it.
Well, yeah, to a certain degree. Not really.
Not really.
Because I had to make sure that they were good. And I could say not really now because, well, you know what? I'm not going to say that. I feel bad that, that the people were inconvenienced. In actuality, I do know for a fact that they did get their money back. I'm real clear on that. So, of course, none of us like to do, I didn't really enjoy doing it like that. What I enjoyed was making sure to make sure that my family ate and that they were taken care of.
Well, you're 55 years old now?
Yeah.
Things are more expensive than ever these days. Inflation has gone through the roof. You've gotten used to a certain type of lifestyle, but you also went to prison for multiple years for that lifestyle. Trying to make it through life with many years left. I mean, do you ever struggle with that of trying to keep the straight and narrow when you can make all this easy money, but there are serious consequences about it?
No, absolutely. I don't even, I'm so comfortable with, of course, there's always room for growth and I just keep growing as I go along. But I don't never look at, okay, I got to get back to this level and I need to have this Chanel bag or anything like that. I mean, I have a plethora of them. I don't worry about none of that. Like I told my mother and sister, I said, as long as y'all make sure that I got my bags and my clothes when I get home, we'll be good. I'll be able to figure out how to get money. Like, it'll be fine. So, no, I don't, none of that bothers. At first, when you first come home, it's really, really deep, because you don't go to prison as a millionaire and you have to come home to an EBT card.
Right.
I didn't even know how to, I didn't even know what an EBT card was or anything. So I ended up depending on that $192 a month and that $192 for the food and $221 in cash. So, it got really, really real because I never had to budget. I never looked at a grocery bill. I couldn't even tell you now what my biggest grocery bill may have been.
Well, you talked about, transgender rights and how the level of violence towards transgender people is much higher.
Right.
Both in prison and on the street.
Right.
For example, I interviewed Sydney Starr.
Oh, okay.
And, she told me, she's trans.
Yes.
She's trans as well. And she told me that she's gotten with guys and not told them that she was trans.
That's a dangerous game.
And
that's a real dangerous game.
It is. And, you see, from my perception, sometimes that's, what happens in terms of the violence sometimes, that sometimes men think that they're dealing with a woman, they find out, it's trans, and then they're dealing with their own insecurities and so forth, and they lash out. Is that?
Yeah, I mean, who does that? I mean, that's not my thing.
Right. You've always presented yourself.
Yeah.
I don't think a person will look at you and say, I'm sure that this is a woman.
Yeah, good.
They understand who you are and
Right.
so
And
forth.
then even if they did not know, then I'm still going to tell them because that's a very dangerous game.
Do you know people that have had violent incidents because of this?
Yeah. I know girls that's got killed.
Yeah.
Like tons of them. Like, I'm serious. That's not no good. That's nothing safe about that. Nothing at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying? If a person can't accept you for who they are, then that's fine. Deuces. Like, it's really not even that deep. A lot of straight guys, they be, I'm not even checking for you, nigga. Like, I'm not. Your pockets is flat. Ain't nothing really going down or nothing like that. I'm definitely not checking for you.
But you say that a lot of the guys that you date are straight.
Yeah.
So does that mean that they keep this relationship with you secret?
Yes.
And does that bother you?
It did. Well, no, it didn't before. It was something about the secrecy and all of that and everything. But I've kind of moved out of that era to where, I got to be this huge secret and that type of thing. If you can't really, I'm not bringing nobody to my house anymore to meet my family unless I'm meeting yours. So, I've dealt with dudes where they've turned around and we've been, intimate and all of that and interacting, and I don't hear from them. And I'm like, where they at? And then coming to find out, they end up being dead. But why I didn't know. So if we was that close or whatever, it's like, why would you put someone through that type of torture? So it's always been a boundary. Like there's a blockage when it comes to my feelings, when it comes to men, certain men that I may deal with, because I know it's not forever.
Yeah.
It's temporary. It's just, it is what it is.
Well, Dwen Curry, I appreciate you coming in and telling your story. The thing I like most about you is how comfortable you are with who you are.
Yes.
You've fully accepted, and embraced who
Yeah.
you are. You don't try to hide it or sugarcoat it or anything
No,
else like
you
that.
have to be.
Yeah. As well as talking about the realities of the trans community,
Yeah.
because a lot of times, when I say things like, more trans people, end up dying because of the deception process and so forth. Oh, no, you're just being,
No, that's
no,
real.
but it's a real thing.
No, it is.
It's
like-
a real thing because,
Yeah.
not every man is comfortable with their own sexuality as well. They may be gay, but they're not accepting that they're gay.
No, and then you have to remember, especially with straight men, when they do, and a lot of the girls, they know, you have to be really, really careful with them, especially if it's their true first time.
Yeah.
If they have not indulged, like they will freak the fuck out.
Yeah, remember the story, was it Jenny Jones? That whole incident where they had a TV show where it was like My Secret Crush. And they had this guy who had a secret crush. He didn't know who it was. And during the prepping process, he asked, well, is it a girl or a guy? And they kind of like, oh, it's a girl. And then when he was on television, they brought out a guy.
That's mean.
Right. So now he is embarrassed on national television.
That is embarrassing, yeah.
Not that there's anything wrong with being gay, but he didn't even know that this was going to be a man.
Yeah, but that's still not fair.
Right.
It's just kind of like you assassinating his character.
Exactly.
And you know what I'm saying? That's why, like, all my real niggas, I make sure that they respect it.
Yeah.
All the time.
Well, what happened with that was, the show happened, and then his male crush ended up, I guess, sending him some more messages saying, hey, you can come get some of this and so forth. And he ended up losing
killing
it.
him or something.
Yeah, he took
didn't
a shotgun, showed up at his house, and killed him. And they tried to kind of drag Jenny Jones into the, basically saying that he was set up.
I do remember that. That was years ago.
That was years ago. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because she got in trouble for that. Didn't she kind of like?
Well,
go
she had
after
to
him?
take the stand, and she was facing. I think she ultimately walked away from it. But it's one of those things where it's like, not everyone is as open and comfortable as you are with their sexuality. Some people, are unfortunately homophobic. Some people are struggling with their own homosexuality, but they're too scared to come out to their friends and family, much less being put on national television.
I could clock them, and immediately I can clock I know my children.
Yeah.
I could clock them. I know when you're one of me.
Yep.
Regardless of how you try to hide it.
Did you feel like, for example, remember Dave Chappelle was getting a lot of flack over his stand-up talking about his trans friend who ended up killing herself?
That was terrible, but I feel like, Dave Chappelle, people need to be able to, if you don't like him, just don't watch him. You know what I'm saying? The only thing he's doing is really telling the truth. Yeah. And so a lot of times people just really don't like to hear it. It's not anything like, I feel as though deflammatory in regards to what he be saying. I just don't really, you know what I'm saying? I don't give life to that because he really does not mean no harm.
No, I mean, in fact, I felt when I watched it from my point of view, I felt that story illustrated how a person can be comfortable with themselves, but when you deal with internet bullying, it ends up being overwhelming. Yeah. And really, it was more of a focus on the bullying as opposed to any sort of derogatory, statements about this trans woman. But bullying is real, unfortunately, and not everyone could take it.
Yeah,
and that a very tragic ending, but it sort of transformed to something that I really didn't understand, because people were sort of up in arms and so forth.
Yeah.
And you see that a lot. People say, oh, well, there's only two genders, and now people, do you believe there's two genders? Or?
I mean, I just don't even really get into it. I just tell the children, call me Dwen or Gigi.
There you go.
Either one, Gigi or Dwen, because I am Gigi, the original gay gangster. So I'm good with that.
Well, Dwen, I appreciate you coming in, and congratulations for, surviving all the ups and downs of your life. I mean, we all have our ups and downs, but yours were very extreme, between getting shot twice, having to go to prison multiple times, the horrors that you faced, over there. But you're still standing tall. You're still confident.
Yeah.
Wish you only the best.
Well, thank you very much for having me, Vlad. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Peace.
Peace.